In a land where the morning sun paints the earth with gold and the evening breeze carries songs of the ancestors, there once lived a young girl named Amina. Her home was the village of Kalumo, a quiet place nestled between green hills and endless savanna. The air there smelled of rain and roasted maize. The laughter of children echoed through clay huts and mango trees. Amina was the daughter of a humble woman who sold bread at the market. She was small and slender, with bright, curious eyes that saw beauty in the simplest things. A butterfly landing on a pumpkin flower, or the way smoke curled into the blue sky. But what made Amina truly special was not her beauty or her laughter. It was her heart, gentle, patient, and full of compassion. One scorching afternoon, when the sky burned white and the red earth shimmered under the sun, Amina set out for the market with a basket of her mother's freshly baked bread. The road stretched far and lonely, winding between baobab trees that cast long shadows over the dust. Her bare feet kicked up small clouds as she walked, humming a quiet tune. Then up ahead, she saw a figure sitting by the roadside, an old woman, bent and weary, her clothes tattered and covered in dust. She sat under the shade of a dying tree, holding a wooden stick, her head bowed low. Amina slowed her steps. Other travelers passed by quickly, avoiding her. Some whispered, "That one is mad." Others said, "She's cursed. Don't go near her." But Amina felt something stir in her heart, not fear, but pity. She approached gently. "Grandmother," she said softly, "are you all right?" The old woman looked up. Her lips were dry and cracked. Her voice trembled. "Greater than child, I am thirsty, and I have not eaten since yesterday." Amina looked at her basket, filled with bread meant for the market. She thought of her mother, who depended on every coin, but something inside her refused to walk away. She took out one loaf, then another, and finally broke one in half. She handed it to the old woman and poured water from her calabash into her wrinkled hands. The old woman's eyes glistened. She ate slowly, every bite a blessing. Then she said, "May the road remember your kindness, my child. For the dust you walk on will one day rise to honor you." Amina smiled, bowed her head, and continued her journey. The words echoed behind her like a whisper carried by the wind. That night, when the moon floated full and white over Kalumo, Amina dreamt a strange dream. She was standing beside a river glowing like liquid silver. The water shimmered and mist rose in gentle curls. Across the river stood the same old woman, but now she was shining, her rags turned into flowing garments of light. "Amina," the woman called, "you have given bread to one who was hungry and water to one who thirsted. Soon your heart will be tested again. When the time comes, choose kindness." Then the woman faded into the mist. Amina woke up trembling. The dawn sun was just touching the thatched roof above her, and the dream still glowed behind her eyes. Weeks passed, and the rains came. The fields grew green, and the village prepared for the festival of harvest, a day of dancing, drumming, and thanksgiving. Every family was to present a gift before the king and queen of Kalumo, who came from their palace to bless the crops. The wealthier families brought baskets overflowing with grain, fruits, and fine cloth. But Amina's family was poor. They had no gold, no jewels, and little food. So Amina baked one small loaf of bread, just as her mother had taught her. Her mother sighed. "My daughter, this bread is too small. The royals will laugh," but Amina smiled. "Even the smallest gift, if it comes from the heart, is enough." The day of the festival arrived. The sun shone bright, drums thundered, and the air smelled of roasted yam and joy. Villagers lined up to present their offerings to the king and queen, seated under a grand canopy. When Amina's turn came, the crowd murmured. Some laughed quietly. "She brings only a loaf of bread?" But Amina bowed low and placed her bread before the queen. Then something incredible happened. The loaf began to glow softly, a warm golden light spreading from its center. A sweet aroma filled the air, like honey and milk. The queen leaned forward, astonished. "Child, where did you get this bread?" "I made it myself, my queen," Amina answered humbly. The queen's eyes widened. "I know this bread. I know this kindness." She stood up, her voice trembling. "It was you. You who shared your bread and water with me on the dust road. I was that old woman, Amina. I disguised myself to test the hearts of the people. The crowd fell silent. Some bowed their heads in shame. Others gasped in wonder. The queen turned to Amina and said, "You gave without expecting reward. From this day you will live in my palace and learn wisdom among the nobles. For true royalty begins with kindness.